Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here. How you doing? And I am still at your service. And well, for this video, I thought I would do something that I haven't done in a long, long time. And that is a tour of my game room, which I promptly call my nerd cave. Now, for the record, I did already do a game room tour video. But you see, before recording this video, I went back and looked at it and watched a little bit of it. And well, it was a bit cringy. And on top of that, I didn't like that I split it up into two separate videos. So this time around, I'm going to try not to talk as much about specific items, and I'm just going to do my best to make it all in one video. So when I first did a game room tour video, I uploaded it onto my YouTube channel in 2018. Now, YouTube said that the videos are 4 years old, but since we are officially now in 2023, that would actually make those videos 5 years old now. So without further ado, guys, this is going to be my 2023 updated Nerd Cave Game Room Tour video. I really hope you guys like and enjoy this as much as I love my game room and how much I customized it and, basically decorated it myself. And without further ado, I just hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys also enjoy hearing some of the stories behind certain items I have in here. So, when you first walk in here, we have a Wild Hogs movie poster, which was such a great movie. That's hanging there. And then we have this little set of 5 Matchbox Jurassic World vehicles that I found at work one day, and they were being clearanced out. And you see, I love Jurassic Park / Jurassic World so much, I had to get it, guys. And it looks so cool just hanging on the wall there. Now, for the record, I'm going to start off with what you would see on this side of the room, and then we're going to kind of go around, and I'm going to cover all the way over to here. So that's how we're going to start out this video. Now, as you can see here on the door, I have this lovely poster of Kingdom Hearts 2, which is just, I swear, that's one of many video game series that has just such great artwork. I love that poster. And then hanging on the door here, my mom made this because me and my best friend Kevin, who, if you don't know him by now, he's been in so many videos on the channel. We both love Psych. He's actually the one who got me into Psych. My mom made this one summer, and she made one for me and made one for Kevin. So mine is hanging on the doorknob here, as you can see. And his, I believe, is hanging in his bedroom, I'm pretty sure. And got this cool 501st Legion Clone Trooper. It's like a big 10 or 12-inch figure, I believe. And then I got a couple of amiibos hanging on the wall here. Kirby, King Dedede. And then, of course, gotta have some Cowboy Bebop representation. Spike Spiegel figure. And a Vicious figure. Now, these action figures are made by Best Action. I believe that's how that's pronounced. I am not really a whole lot familiar with that company, but I found these at Walmart, and actually, yes, I did find these at Walmart, but I did not buy them myself. A friend of mine actually got these for me for my birthday, actually. Yes. Okay, so now coming over to here, well, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's kind of a jumbled mess right there. But believe me when I tell you, I know what I have here. Just take my word for that. Now, I'm sure you see these storage containers here. Well, you see, as a kid, I was a big Lego kid, and growing up, I loved Star Wars, so best of both worlds, Lego Star Wars. This is a good amount of my Lego Star Wars collection in these containers. And why are they in these containers? Well, because all the sets in these containers are put together, and I don't really have room to properly display them. So for the time being, they're staying in these containers. And that's why they're there. Got some cool comic books there. So we'll briefly go through what some of this is right here. So these are microfiber cleaning cloths. I love them. Got some Super Nintendo games. Super Castlevania 4, banger. Ride and Tread, Magical Quest, Cybernator, Pilot Wings, Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Death and Return of Superman, and Toy Story. Then some disc cleaner is blocking the rest of those, but that's okay. We don't necessarily have to go through all of them. Got some more Super Nintendo games here. Earthbound Uncut, Frogger, and Tetris 2. This, I'll be surprised if anyone remembers what this is. This is a Video Now player. And the only reason why I bought this at my local flea market was because I was super nostalgic for it, because I believe it was the Video Now XP model, and it had a flip-up screen like a DS. I've yet to find that exact model and colored one I had. Mine was blue, but, I bought that just because, and I don't regret it. Right here in this big stack of games, it's a combination of Wii and GameCube games. And then I got some GameCube memory cards up here. My copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee that is not loose disc only. It is complete in box, but unfortunately, you won't be able to see this on my phone's camera, but there is a crack in the center ring of my disc's copy. So for the time being, I am not keeping it in its case, so that's why it's there like that. Kind of sucks, but oh well. Got some more amiibos, the Metroid Dread ones. Meta Knight, Lucas, Ryu is right there. And speaking of Ryu, that is the Ryu PlayStation 2 wired controller that comes with a comic book. Yeah, got really lucky and found that at a local flea market too. I think I paid $15 for that. Super cool, and it works too. I freaking love that controller. On the wall, we got some Star Fox, Slippy Toad, and Peppy Hare action figures. More amiibos, Mega Man, Ness from Earthbound, of course, because I freaking love Earthbound, and we got to get some representation in there. Got a cool Proto Man, Mega Man action figure from back in the day. This was actually made by Jazzwares. It's brand new, still sealed too, which just to find in that condition, brand new, is just amazing. I could not believe that. That was such an incredible find, guys. Like, I think I only paid like $10 for that too. That was just stupid crazy. And then that is the Halo Reach Black Box Edition for Xbox 360. As you can tell, brand new, still factory sealed. I think I paid like, I don't know, $20 for that maybe at the local flea market. Let's see. And then that is my big Star Wars Episode 1 movie poster. And I'm probably going to get some hate for that. From the diehard Star Wars fans that hate the prequels. And you know what? Okay, so be it. But I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's a cool looking poster. Okay, that's why I got it framed. I had my mom frame it and hang it. It's just a cool poster. All right, I got some Guitar Hero 3. Yeah, Legends of Rock back there for Wii. And then on this wall, as you can see, I have a cool Batman and Robin movie poster that is also framed and hanging up. Now, again, diehard Batman fans know that is not a good movie. And Batman Forever is also not a good movie. But again, I love this poster. I think it's so freaking cool that I had my mom frame it, and that's why it's hanging up. I really love it. You know, you got George Clooney as Batman. Ugh. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Awesome. Chris O'Donnell as Robin. I actually really liked him as Robin. Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. She was good. And Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. She was freaking awesome as Poison Ivy, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so we're going around here. This is my VCR DVD combo player on the ground there. Got some Nintendo Power magazines and other old video game magazines, like was that Game Players, Game Fan, Dreamcast magazine, an official Xbox magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and a 1997 Video Game Buyer's Guide. I'm going to be honest with you guys, these are all just random magazines that I found at local flea markets, thought they were cool, and just bought them. Yeah. And then some random controllers and bags here. Most of them are broken, don't work. I just keep them for parts because why not? Got my little table here that is full of random just crap. You know, I got some Great Teacher Onizuka drink coasters, some PlayStation drink coasters, a couple of screwdriver sets, and then cans of compressed air because, you know, you gotta have the necessities right at your side table there, at your disposal. All right, so we're gonna come around here, and you see a lot of boxes here with books, and you're probably going, "What are those books, and why are they here?" Well, that's a great question. You see, these are video game strategy guides. We got Halo Reach, Fable 2, Donkey Kong 64, Pokemon Stadium 2, Time Splitters 2, Dawn of Mana, Onimusha 2, Gran Turismo, Halo 3, Halo 4, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Solid 4, Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Batman Arkham Knight, Kingdom Hearts, Gears of War 3, Gears of War 2, Persona 3, so on and so on. So that's why they're there. And I really like keeping them there, if I'm being completely honest, because while I'll be sitting in my old beat-up recliner here, playing a game, if I happen to get stuck in one, and I own the strategy guide for it, I love just being able to bend down, pick it up, and like flip through it to try to figure out what I'm doing wrong and how to get past the level or stage I'm stuck at. Now, yeah, I know you could say, the King of Games, it's 2023. You can literally go on the YouTube and look up a tutorial and get past the part you're stuck at in the game. Yes, I know that. That is true. Trust me, I have done that before multiple times. But you see, to me, that kind of takes the fun out of playing the game. And I know that you could also say that that takes the fun out of playing the game using a strategy guide too. But that's what the strategy guides were made for, and the tutorials were kind of just made... Well, I mean, the tutorials were also made to help you out, but... I don't know. That's just how I feel about them. Tutorials, I feel like, can spoil and ruin stuff in the game. The strategy guides, I mean, I guess could also do that, but if they do, I would think they would at least warn you. So, I don't know. There's that. Got a couple random games there. Mortal Kombat 2, Alien 3 on Genesis, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Steelbook on PlayStation 3. Got this cool fat original model Xbox 360 faceplate. Now, for those of you who do not know, blue is my favorite color. So when I found this at a video game booth inside of a local... Well, no, not local. Inside of a indoor flea market, I had to buy this. I think it was only $3 or $4 too. Maybe it was 5. I don't remember exactly, but I was like, yeah, no, that's got to come home with me. Yep. So that is my recliner, and then we have the Leaning Tower of Games. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, this is a swiveling CD rack tower. And what do I mean by swiveling? Well, it turns or swivels. So yeah. Years ago, my neighbor who lives across the street from me in the cul-de-sac that I live on was throwing it out. She put it to the curb, and I was like, I want that. And so I went and took it. And it's been here ever since, and it's been serving me very well. And as you can see, it's mainly holding Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games, and it's doing a great job of that. Of course, as you can see, it's the collecting has kind of gotten to where I had to stack them on top of the CD rack or CD tower, I'm gonna call it. But that's okay because as long as I can still see my games and know what is where, that's all that really matters. If I'm being quite honest. So then I got this cool Lego Star Wars Darth Vader clock. I found that at one of my local flea markets. And it's brand new. It was legit never opened. And I think I paid $10 for it. Now, it was supposed to have batteries. But when I went to turn it on, it did not turn on. So the batteries are probably dead. That's okay though, because I just love it so much that I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. Alright, so now back to this sidewall here. We got this cool little Pokemon picture with just classic Gen 1 Pokemon on it. Now, that is the generation of Pokemon I grew up watching, both the anime and collecting the cards. So when I found that, that was at a local Goodwill. When I found that, I was like, I gotta get that. That's pulling at my heartstrings. I really like it. Plus, I love the little got ya in parentheses. That's awesome. And right below that, hanging on the wall, is an iconic and classic Batman comic book, which is Batman the Killing Joke. And I know some of you who are going to be watching this are probably asking yourselves, and maybe to me even, is that the actual comic book hanging in a frame, or is it just the front cover of that comic book in a frame? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the actual comic book in that frame that is framed hanging on my wall. Yes, I actually bought it like that. I think I might have paid like $15 or $20 for it, but I love it so much. It is just iconic, and I love the artwork on it. The artwork is just super sick. And I'm not surprised by how the artwork is on that, because that was done by the legendary Alan Moore, who I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he had, I think he was involved with Watchmen for DC Comics as well, and that doesn't surprise me in the least bit. And then right there we got a little Hot Wheels Scooby-Doo van, because I love Scooby-Doo. Loved it as a kid, and I still do. Then on this little indent in the, well, no, I won't call it, continuing from that sidewall. There we go. I got this actually at work at Target. This is the Flashpoint DC Comics comic book, issue 1. And it comes with a little Flash figure. This was put out by McFarlane Toys, and it was $10. And it wasn't even on clearance or sale or anything. It was just $10. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I want that. That's going to look good on the wall. And I think it does. Now, right here next to my recliner here is this Wii Tower. It's mainly holding Wii stuff, games, controllers, and then, games, Lego Harry Potter, Super Mario Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, Mario Party 8, Wii Fit, Metroid Other M, GoldenEye 007, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Sonic Gems Collection. Oh, and then went from Wii to GameCube games now. Sonic Gems Collection, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Mario Sunshine, Star Wars The Clone Wars, 007 Agent Underfire, 007 Everything or Nothing, 007 Nightfire, and From Russia with Love 007. But as you can see down there, I have more Wii and GameCube games because you see, the GameCube is one of my near and dear consoles to my heart, and so I love collecting games for it. And I do also enjoy collecting Wii games too. So, yeah, there's more down there. Some strategy guides. Okay. Now I'm gonna back up. So we're up to the sidewall here. The legendary sidewall of video games and other nerdy goodness that I like. So I guess I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start with the top and then work my way to the two shelves and then work my way to the drawers below it. So, all right. So we're gonna start with over here. Got some old school, late 80s, early 90s Playmates toys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures, because I love Ninja Turtles, Star Wars, and of course, a Lego AT-AT Walker, and this is from 2007, and I specifically remember that because on the box, when my parents got it for me for Christmas of that year, it said 1977 to 2007, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Star Wars. Very cool. That was the one and only Lego set I decided to keep out and on display, and I thought it looked really cool, and that was my reasoning behind that. And we got the Imperial Probe Droid Black Series Deluxe figure. I think that looks so good next to the Lego AT-AT Walker. An actual Dundee Award. That's actually from Kevin. It was a Christmas present, I think from a year or two ago. He knows how much I love The Office, and he surprised me with that, and I love it. Got an Ahsoka Tano Pop Funko from the Clone Wars. That is the original, I believe it's the original Fox release of the Star Wars original trilogy on VHS box set. Got a James Bond Pop Funko back there, because I love James Bond. And we got some more TMNT figures. That is... Oh, what was his name? It's not Wicket. I forget the Ewok's name. That's the Ewok Black Series figure from Return of the Jedi. Link amiibo from The Legend of Zelda. A Pontiac Trans Am, or Firebird, whichever you want to call it, because that's one of my dream cars. So got a model of it. A Leonardo Ninja Turtle, a Casey Jones Ninja Turtle, the Tiger Zord from Power Rangers, the Red Ranger, the Green Ranger, rest in peace, Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver, you will be missed, buddy. And, of course, the Dragon Zord in the back, because you can't have Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, without the Dragon Zord. And then, of course, since he becomes the White Ranger, then, you got the Tiger Zord, too. This is actually a new addition to the Nerd Cave, this Mandalorian framed picture. It is from a coworker of mine, who I work with at work, and she gave it to me for Christmas of this past year. Well, wait. Yeah, Christmas of this past year, yes. And I love it. It's lenticular, so it kind of moves depending on which angle you look at it. I freaking love it. It's so cool. And got some more Star Wars Black Series figures right here. We got Cal Kestis and Reva, or is it Reva? I think it's Reva. She was the second or third Sister Inquisitor. A High Sea Ecto Cooler box, because I love Ghostbusters. And then that in the back is Casino Royale, the album on vinyl record, and that's the original Casino Royale for James Bond 007, and that was a made-for-TV movie, from my understanding, not the 2006 or 2007 Casino Royale movie with Daniel Craig. No, 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 no. This was a made-for-TV movie. I want to say back in, I'm not really sure. I don't know if I want to say the 70s, or maybe it was later than, or earlier than that. I'm really not sure, but I found it at a yard sale years ago, and I just loved it and had to have it. Okay, so now we are coming down to here, a Scott Pilgrim plushie, which I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I normally don't buy these, but I found Scott and Ramona together at my local flea market from the same person selling them. And I think I paid like $10 for both of them. And my dad was with me at the time, and he was looking at me like I was nuts. Why did you just pay $10 for two stuffed animals? And I was like, trust me, they're awesome, and they're going to have some value, especially since she's got the original tag still intact on her. Scott did, but it fell off, and I did keep the tag. As a matter of fact, I think the tag's actually, yeah, the tag is actually right there. I couldn't bring myself to throw it out, so I kept it. And after I got home, I looked them up on eBay. They're going for stupid money right now. Stupid. Okay, so right here, got General Grievous, Black Series Deluxe figure. That is Soundwave from Transformers. It was either War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron. I forget which game. Both fantastic games, by the way, though. This is my dad's Milton Bradley Microvision, and that's the actual Microvision right there. Got some games in the back there. I don't know if you can make them out. Got some Intellivision games. And then in this shelf, it's kind of all like comic book superhero themed, as if you couldn't tell. Let's see. So we got Jay Garrick Flash, Flash of Earth 2 or Earth 3. I think it was Earth 2. This is Tim Drake Red Robin, Dick Grayson Nightwing, and then that is when Zoom impersonated Jay Garrick Flash in the Flash CW TV show. Then we got Lego Robin, Lego Deathstroke, and Lego Nightwing as well. In the back, we got a Nightwing McFarlane Toys figure, Azrael. Up in the corner, we got Adam West Batman, Batman Beyond, Batman Who Laughs, a Flash, a Batman lunchbox, and that yellow box, if you can make that out, that's a Batman color form set, which I just absolutely love. Okay, and then this became the Sega Saturn shelf. This is my Model 1 Sega Saturn, which I bought at a local flea market years ago. I think I paid like 15 or 20 bucks for it. Had no cords, had a Game Shark with it, and I think that was it. I took a chance and it paid off. It worked perfectly. I bought I think I had a power cord to fit it, and I just needed to buy an AV cord, and that was it. Some loose disc games here, all my controllers, some complete games there, and in the back is a Yu-Gi-Oh card binder that has the 3 original first generation Egyptian god cards in it. And no, I do not play or collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I grew up watching the anime and collecting the cards as a kid, and so when I found that at a local yard sale, I had to pick it up. It was pulling at my heartstrings, and so I really just keep it just for displaying. That's about it. Then this little cubby hole, I'll call it, or shelf. No, well, cubby, shelf, whatever. This is my, what I like to call, Shrine to Mega Man. and I love it. It is so freaking cool. You know, got a Pop Funko. It's my copy of the First Battle Network game that does not work, sadly. And then these are all original Jazzwares Mega Man action figures, two Pop Funkos. The Perler B guy. That is NT Warrior Volume 1 of the anime on DVD that is brand new, still sealed. And then the Mega Man X Command Mission Brady Games brand strategy guide. Super cool stuff. Just really cool stuff. Alright, coming down to this little shelf. This is the majority of my Nintendo Famicom game collection. Super Famicom game collection. In the back, we got some bootleg ones. And then my Sega Nomad handheld. I will actually pull this out for a brief minute because this is not something you see every day. It is in very good condition and does in fact work. And I love always telling the story about how I came to buy that. I found and bought that off of a guy at a local flea market by my house. And I traded him a working Sega Genesis Model 3 console with games and like I think $30 cash out of pocket. And that's how I got my Sega Nomad. Freaking crazy finds, man. I'll tell you what, years ago, you just really used to get them. And I got some cool cheat code books, stuff in the back. This cubbyhole has my Jungle Green N64 in it, multiple controllers, couple games right here, an arcade stick, and some N64 promotional VHS tapes, because I thought they were pretty cool. Alright, moving along here, this cubbyhole has my entire Sega Master System game collection, so these are all loose cartridge, and then those are what I have either complete in box or boxed. And then, because I love my Clone Troopers, these are some Clone Wars era Star Wars Clone Troopers, and he's a Republic Commando, and some ARC Troopers from Hasbro that are in the 3.75-inch line of their action figures. And then at the end here, well, this is kind of a random mishmash. We got Proto Man, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegito, Vegito, right? Yeah, Vegito. And then this is Ramen Man. Yeah, Ramen Man. I will be very surprised if you know what anime he is from, but if not, he is from Ultimate Muscle, the Kinnikuman Legacy. If you're into wrestling and like anime, that's a must-watch. Definitely give it a watch. Then in the back, I got some Atari controllers and boxes. My weird knockoff bootleg Goku clock. Alright, so coming down to the bottom here with the shelves. I'm not going to go through all of them because I have some stuff on the ground here blocking them. But I'll just tell you what's in the ones I can't get to. So this has my NES console right there and some games. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. This one I'll open a crack. This has my Super Nintendo console in it, which you can't even see because it's buried by all the good games that are on top of it. Okay. The drawer down there has my original gray model N64 and games in it. That drawer has my Sega Dreamcast in it. This has my Model 1 Sega Genesis console in it, although it's buried because of all the games that are in it, but it's there, trust me. And then this drawer has my Model 2 Sega Genesis in it, but again, it's buried because of games. And it also has my Genesis 32X attachment in it with games and a couple Sega CD games as well. Now, on the ground here, got NES games, more NES games. Those are travel cases that have NES games in them. This is my one and only Neo Geo game, Samurai Spirits 2. Sega Dreamcast keyboard, fishing rod, and light gun. Then we go across here, and that is my PlayStation 4 Slim. My entire PlayStation 4 game collection. PS DualShock 4 controllers, some GameCube controllers, more GameCube controllers, and that is my Xbox 360 Slim. And that drawer has more Xbox 360 games in it. That drawer, which is covered by the PS4 games, has a mix of Wii and more GameCube games in it. And then the flat screen you see here, which is getting really bad sun glare. Okay, that's a little better. This is a LG brand 43-inch Ultra HD 4K flat screen TV. Wow, that was a mouthful. But it's a really nice freaking TV, bottom line. This was a birthday gift from my parents. Is it a year ago or 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2 years ago, because I was not working at Target yet. So yeah, it was 2 years ago. Okay. And then got some Xbox One games right there. That is my PlayStation 3 Super Slim console right there. And then the second TV, which is a CRT tube TV, was definitely not there the first time I did a game room tour video. So let me stand up. Get you guys a better shot of that. So this is a Sharp brand, I think 17-inch CRT tube TV. A friend of mine told me that some old tube TVs were being put to the curb and being thrown out by his neighbor a few houses down. And, you know, FYI, my friend only lives right up the street from me, so when he told me that, I immediately hopped in my truck and went and took a look at them. And it was really only this one and another one. The other one was, I believe, a Magnavox brand CRT tube TV. But it was so much older than this one that it didn't have a lot of outputs on the back of it. So, you know, not a lot of things could be hooked up to it. So I passed on that one and I ultimately went with this one because it features like 2 or 3 AV ports, an S-video port, a component port, and I'm pretty sure even a VGA port. So, like, the possibilities are endless of all the consoles you could hook up just to this one TV. So that was why I ultimately took it. And it didn't have the remote for it, but I bought one of those universal ones, and I programmed it to work on the TV, and it works freaking great. And on the top here, we got a McFarlane Toys Flash action figure from Injustice 2. A Cloud Strife statue of him from Kingdom Hearts 1, still sealed in the packaging. And an Earthworm Jim lunchbox. I recently found that at Goodwill for $3, and I was like, I have to have this. Then on this side, we got a cool, it says Stormtrooper helmet bank. Thought that was cool. A mini Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet. And a Milton Bradley Microvision in its box that is different from the one that my dad had growing up back in the day. Super cool. And I just also realized I didn't mention my Retron 5, which is right there as well. So yeah, then on the bottom here, on the ground, we got some Xbox stuff, some controllers, charging dock, just empty boxes to stuff that I have. That's the charging dock. Those are the 2 controllers that I recently did unboxing videos on. It's a mini Tetris arcade cabinet that's sealed. It's a tabletop one, but it's freaking awesome. Now, this bad boy is a Pioneer brand LaserDisc player. Yes, a LaserDisc player. Funny story behind this. I went through 3 freaking LaserDisc players before I finally got one that worked. The other 2, the one was a Radio Shack brand, and then the other one was a Denon brand one, but neither of them worked, which kind of sucked. Then I ended up finding this at a local flea market with its original remote and a copy of RoboCop, and my dad bought it for me and it was only like 20 bucks. Steal. Now, this is not one of their top of the line models. It's kind of like a basic model, but it's still awesome. I love it nonetheless. Then my original Xbox One is sitting below that in a box I put it in. Got my Elite Series 1 controller right there. And then below the TV, in the TV stand, is the majority of my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 game collection. Yes. Got some really good games in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Really good ones. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Okay, so now coming around here, this is my dad's Harley Davidson pinball machine that does work. It's just not plugged in. My Radio Shack soldering iron, which I thought was really cool. It's a Star Wars clock. This is my bookshelf, my cool Clone Trooper display. Some other stuff on the top. My Atari 7800 is in there. My games are right there. That's a Tetris Lite. We got some more PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. Got some controllers in the back. There. More PlayStation 2 games. That's my PlayStation 2 Slim. And then this is kind of my pile of miscellaneous video game cords and controllers that I keep. In this stand, got some more Wii games, GameCube games, and GameCube games. That's something you don't see every day. A Legend of Zelda hat from 1988. Super cool. In that storage case, I got more PlayStation 1 games in there. And then that's my ottoman, sofa, got some posters, KOF XIV. That's from Square Painter, who I actually met at NJ Geek Fest and had him sign the back of it. That my friend made and gifted to me for Christmas like 3-4 years ago. GoldenEye, because I love James Bond, and that's one of the best James Bond movies, in my opinion. Got a cool Dragon Ball Z poster, and then more Cowboy Bebop representation with that blanket. Got a cool Star Wars Episode 1 pillow, and Chopper from Star Wars Rebels. Okay, well, without further ado, guys, that is my entire 2023 updated Nerd Cave Game Room Tour video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And for the record, if you didn't see certain consoles, I probably do own them. It's just I don't keep all in my game room. I have some upstairs in my bedroom, like my original Xbox, my Nintendo Switch, Model 3 Sega Genesis, Wii U, and like the majority of my handhelds I also keep in my bedroom as well. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care.